Welcome to the next video on the Heart Happy Hour, Season 8. I'm Precious Mother Love. I'm playing with a new toy I have. I don't know if I can see very well. Hope you can hear me. Hope you can see me. Oh, man, I came to this park up in northern Maryland, and it is, let's see, what is it called? I always forget the names of these places. Um, Joppatown, Maryland is where I'm at. And I think it's Mariner's Cove. And I decided to film the voyage. I see everybody walking this way. I don't know what's back here. I'm sure it's some kind of water. It better be. It better be some kind of water because I wanted to be at a water park. I should have asked some people. I'll ask these folks. Is there water around here?
Like water you can see.
Yeah.
On the other side.
Not over here.
Nah.
Man,
Been walking forever.
I said I'm gonna follow everybody because they walking that way. And then y'all the first persons I see, so, and you coming back. So thank you for the update. I'll go the other way for the water. So the return is basically, the return from the sabbatical, the full circle. Yeah, I climbed that little, I did the mountain back in Crystal Mountain back then, but I did do a little getting in shape kind of thing. So anyway, I'm gonna go back to the vehicle and check on the comments so that I can reply instead of waiting till the end and saying, oh, who said that and that said this. So I'm definitely gonna take a look, but in the meantime, guys, the best thing is just keep moving. I get faster and faster as I go, get my breath back more and more. So let's see what it do, you. So we're going over to the water. I don't know if I'll keep you guys on here for the whole time. Oh, there's my cool drink too. I was supposed to take that with me. So, okay. So the sabbatical was from Philly to Florida and back to DC. And that's what I did last year. This time, started in Philly, met some folks that were wizards of a high level degree in the city of Philly. And they were actually leaders of an organization of these brilliant light workers around the world. So, because I had said, in my mind before the sabbatical, that I wanted to be able to travel and meet folks, of like mind. Okay, yes, everybody says that. But the more I see that, I speak, sometimes I don't even speak it out loud, but the more I can actually be clear about it. The more I can be clear about what I would prefer to happen, and not that, by the way, then the more I see that I'm able to make these dots light up on the map and be able to go hop on these stepping stones. I went to Crystal Mountain, but I went to the largest cavern, underwater cavern, freshwater underwater cavern in the world. That was in Florida. I went to all these different, the Indian mounds that I went to, the mountains that I went on, the waters, the sacred waters that were beside these tombs. It was definitely my daughter's 33rd birthday. Saying full circle, saying this sabbatical is full circle. I'm really just saying that I'm the integration of the lessons, the integration of the wisdom, the integration, not wisdom, but the wise messages, the wise notes that I took, the way that I'm able to. Oh, I said I was gonna say hi. I just saw some new highs, some hellos and hi there. Okay, Biskup Truby. Oh, hi there. Okay, Diana Gregorio 583. Hi there too. Yes, this. Hi, and saying hi to you. So I enjoy being by the water to do my episodes, but I'm not going to take the time to drive over there and talk to you at the same time and think I'm going to be driving and talking safely while I'm looking for the water. But what I do want to say is that, this is a time of the quickening, and the veil is so thin on such a regular basis. Time is starting to slip into where it's just the to now. It's not today. It's to now, and it's not as though, we have to readjust like this changing of the time for spring forward, that actually loosens our grip on, the adjustment. The everything lines up according to its time. And I don't know, I had a whole long thing I wanted to share and say about that. But I also want to share with you that some of the things that I may say, you may not agree with, because I spoke about, and this is the part of the sacred um, arts curator that you guys are needing to get to know. As a sacred arts curator, I want to let you know that the foreskin is spiritual real estate. That the tonsils is also, the appendix is also. These are things that the tonsils is the gatekeeper at the throat chakra. The foreskin is it is a divining rod. I spoke to a couple of fellas and they weren't understanding why I was calling the obelisk or the phallus or the penis a divining rod. When the foreskin is there, I know that the mental will change if for the folks that are still have a foreskin that's intact. They actually, it is a part of their super sensitivities. It's a part of, and I think it's a little, I think that helps. It's a part of their, it's a data. I said divining. It gathers information. It rises every morning, filled and ready to report that not only are things in working order, but it is ready. It's filled with the energy that you can now use and apply with intention towards what you want to do. Crazy part about it is that as they say, it's wasted seed. It's spiritual seed too. It's wasted spiritual seed. It's part of the fluid that's a part of the kundalini, that holds life force, that is a part of your cerebral column, the spine, and from the brain and on down to the spine. So I don't know. I just have a few more things that I wanted to share with you guys. I know I showed you live on my last it- the first part, the part one of this sabbatical revelation, because all these things that I'm about to roll out, I don't have my notes with me. I just felt like I've been waiting too long. I just needed to give you guys a quick update. I didn't want you guys to just think I had forgotten about everything, because I put it out there. I'm gonna be back, and I want to be able to say, okay, I'm back. So don't have my notes with me, but wanted to squeeze in a quickie. And that's something I don't like. I never liked the quickies. Like, shoot, give me the full blown. I don't need the anyway. So yeah, so the things that I want to speak on are related to things that we toss away as trash, and the mindset is so programmed. I spoke to a couple of clergy in reference to the foreskin, and because they didn't have theirs, they weren't able to relate to the fact of it being some spiritual real estate. But a man would change the way he would act, as far as being loosey goosey and whatnot. I don't believe that they would be as loosey goosey if they were not, if they had to worry about their flora fauna, like, oh my gosh, she has an odor that doesn't, or after her I had a odor, all these things that we say, it's like we have all these bodily fluids. The sweat is sacred, the tears is sacred, the snot is sacred, the earwax is sacred. All of it has a purpose, and it's a part of our this the communication, the data collection. Sometimes it is part of the immunity. Sometimes it has life force. All of it actually has life force in it, but it has various minerals and things. So it, it's funny how we were told to have taught to have an opinion of some things, like the wisdom teeth. It says it right in the word, wisdom teeth. Why would we not? You can't be wise if you're dumb. So that's why I don't like that word together, wise and dumb. So, but you cannot have something that's named so aptly and not try to pay attention to why do we call it that? Because it activates your pineal gland. It helps your pineal gland stop being so calcified. It helps you when your tonsils have those white pieces that come up, because the tonsils are actually, like I said, it's a gatekeeper, not only of what you eat, but what you speak, what you let in, and what you put out. It has that dual purpose of being the gatekeeper, and serves a spiritual purpose. But beyond that, all of those things that we are told, it's good to remove your um, appendix between the age of 14 and 16. And that's the years that you become, or I'm sorry, your wisdom teeth between 14 and 16. Those are the years that you start to apply some of that wise learned things, the things that you are starting to pick up on, the science of yourself, signs and symptoms. That's when you start to put two and two together. And does it equal three, or does it equal two? I don't know. I guess it depends. It could be yes and no at the same time. A friend of mine, Master Shep, he says yes and no. I'm saying yes and no on that note as well, because under certain circumstances, there's a chance that is what mommy and daddy. That's two, right? And when the baby, mommy and daddy sitting in the tree. But yeah, that's what happens. The third comes along. So, in the science of multiplication, be fruitful and multiply, you know, what? You gotta, it's sometimes the specific application of the language of the expressed, the communication. It is, clarity is good. We blur a lot of lines. We have a lot of lines that are blurred. Nobody tells you what love really is. You actually have to find out from what others say, what others do, how you feel, what makes you feel good. And then at some point you get some kind of emotional intelligence, and you recognize what that energy in motion is. That's actually what people pay so much money for, because that's part of our attention. If we're emoting, they know we're paying attention, or whatever we're emoting towards, the value increases based on how much attention we pay. So anyway, one love and wellness, love plus art equals wellness, precious mother love. That's a quickie for today. I'll be back with a little bit more here and there, but I actually am in so many multiple things, so many multiple platforms are percolating all at the same time. And I love being able to multiplex. I love the details of things. I love but it's taking my attention, and it is a requirement that I probably make shorter and shorter videos. And try to make them a little more action packed. As a matter of fact, next time I will have my notes on board, and I will be expressing those things in a more short, concise, and projective fashion, because I got some things I need to talk about. And as I just said, all of those organs, the appendix, the tonsils, I don't know if you consider the tonsils an organ, but the wisdom teeth, the pineal gland, which is connected to the wisdom teeth. What else did I say? I think I looked up the gallbladder. I believe I looked at, us trimming our hair. The hair is an antenna. What did I find out about that? The hairs in your nose, the hairs in your ears, the hairs on your fingers. Some people are more hairy than others. Those are your antennas. Not just the ones that's on your head are antennas. It doesn't just go start from here. It's I mean, it doesn't just project or get data downloaded to here as far as the um, exchange. The data is downloaded from the sensitivities. If your hair has ever stood up, or if you got goosebumps, same thing with a sneeze. All these things I've got some research, I've got some receipts, and I've got some examples. So next time, okay? One Love and Wellness. Y'all come back now, you hear? Ashe, peace, and soul. Soul plane train. Soul mama. Mother love. Ashe.